If you ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kinda tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be, just maybe think of me once in a while. If you ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kinda tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be, just maybe think of me once in a while.
Good Friday morning, and welcome to this edition of The Feel Good. When I hear that music, man, it's got to be.
Man, it has got to be. It has got to be.
Drive Time, the best, worst show ever. Welcome one. Welcome all. Let me scroll back up and see who all's in here. Good morning, Johnny Sims. Miss Sandy Townsend, good morning to you. John Blair, good morning. Jesse James, good morning, Jesse James.
Good morning, Jess.
Morning, Leroy. Mitzi, good morning
Leroy.
to you. Miss Gail.
Mitzi.
Miss Gail, good morning. Karen Peters, good morning. Wendy Williamson, good morning. Fuquay's in. Good morning, Fuquay. Coach Tieppo, good morning, Coach. Latanya's in. Good morning, Latanya. Miss James, good morning to you.
Morning, Mother.
Cody Fowler, good morning. Timmy Wiggins, good morning. Miss Carol, good morning, Miss Carol. Let's see. Good morning, Ashley Morris. What an intro. Good morning, Tracy Miller. Good
Twice.
morning, Melanie French.
Hit the wrong button and started it over again.
Good morning, Cheyenne, and good morning, Kenwood.
Good morning, DJ. Listen, if it wasn't for technical difficulties, I mean, we wouldn't have a show. It's like we talked about, I don't know, not too long ago. I was talking with someone. And they said, listen, you don't really have a whole lot to live up to. I said, what you mean? He said, well, he said, when you when the title of your show is the best, worst show ever, he said, you don't really have to worry about like doing a whole lot to be that good. I guess you're right.
Low bar.
I do want to say this morning, and on a serious note, and I know this may rub some people the wrong way, but I think it bears saying. I think we need to send our thoughts and prayers out to Harvey Updike's family this morning. And I know DJ's over here cringing when I say that, but he was kind enough, if you will. I'm going to use that term loosely, to come on with us back in the fall and had a good time with him. Would you say that is the case?
I'm going to have a Quiznos sandwich for lunch.
Come on, man.
I think that's the least I can do.
Oh, man. Yeah. So let's I think that's the least we could do.
Yeah.
Is do that. So let's see here. Where did you leave off at, DJ?
The King's in. I think he might be and Gord's in. I think those two have come in since we stopped it.
Let's see. Jake Hodge, Tracy Miller, good morning. Everybody's working for the weekend. Good morning, Cincinnati. That's correct. Good morning, Melanie French. Chevy Ann, good morning. Hot Rod, good morning to you. Joshua Gibson. Let's see here. Cody Fowler, good morning. Yeah, I see the king in right there. Jesse James says the first major news story she remembers was baby Jessica in the well. How about this up behind us right here?
I'm not sure if it's the first one I remember, but the one that stands out to me as a kid, and I can remember it vividly, when it flashed across the TV that Elvis Presley had died in 1977. I ran into the kitchen and called my daddy down at Jennings Pharmacy to break the news to him. We went to one of his concerts as a family down in Mobile in 74-ish, 75-ish. We took my grandmother down there.
I'm in awe.
So, yeah, saw the King.
I'm serious.
Yeah, saw the King live.
Man.
Got to have the programs and
Let me tell you something.
everything.
And Jesse James, she's not that big of an Elvis fan. I could sit and listen to Elvis all day long.
Mm-hmm. My grandmother loved him.
Man, listen, was he the first to like walk out on stage and like the first 30 rows of women just start fainting?
It's funny that you say that because when he walked out, he must have handed out 100 scars. I remember him having scars, and he would rip one off, and boom, boom, and they were just going crazy. I can't remember the venue that we were at in Mobile, but it was like a dinner show. I remember us sitting at a round table with the back to us, and we ate, and there was a performance. Of course, there was general admission down closer to the stage.
Sure.
But I remember when it broke on the TV that the King was gone, and I called my dad.
Miss Carol says she remembers the assassination of Kennedy.
That would have been a big one.
That was. Hot Rod says free Harvey. I think he finally is. Let's see. Alan Howard says Gord says his first news story was when Reagan was shot.
Okay.
I remember that. Ashley said her first news she remembers was the death of the King.
Yeah.
Not King Kane, Elvis. Good morning, Lisa A. Neighbor, how are you this morning? Jesse Rigby. Good morning, Jesse.
Morning, Jesse.
Good morning, Renee Johnson. Randy Bell says, good morning, Vietnam. And that's a fact. Good morning, Georgia Chris. Let's see. John Blair said the first one he remembers is 9/11. Let's see. Timmy says, new Mars rover on the way. Did they use an infusion engine? Gonna stir the aliens up again. Good morning, Earl Crook. Cody Fowler said the only thing I remember that was big news, because I didn't really watch the news, was the Twin Towers. Yep, 9/11. Miss Carol says her mom took her to see all the Elvis movies. She loved Elvis, yes. Good morning, D-Top. I think if I had to say the first news story that I remember, like really, really, really remember vividly was, and I know this is probably a year or two maybe after it happened, but I was into playing guitar, was Leonard Skinner's plane crash.
Okay.
But I mean, that's like, if I think back, that's like the first vivid like thing I can remember that I, saw on the news. And what that happened, in Mississippi, I think it was, where that went down.
I'm not sure.
And anyway, that's one of the first things I remember. So
I also remember a big story that was a story you followed that went on. I remember the Atlanta child murders.
Oh,
vividly.
yeah.
I remember that going on, and that being a segment almost nightly for several weeks until they made their arrest.
Man,
that was big news.
I'm gonna tell you that gripped this whole country, if I remember correctly. I'll tell you another big story from back that I remember back from then was the guy at Fort Bragg. I cannot remember his name, that supposedly killed his wife and 2 kids. He was a Green Beret doctor. they did a movie about it called Fatal Vision. And I cannot remember that guy's name at all, but, there for several years, he supposedly, they didn't even suspect him. So, anyway, I do remember that. Let's see. All right, Lisa, I'll call you, this morning as soon as I get freed up. Rob did ask me about doing something, if it's what I think it is. And until you just mentioned that, I gonna lie to you, I forgot all about it. So I'll give you a call this morning sometime. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember that Pepsi commercial. Remember that? MJ's hair catching on fire.
I do.
And D. Tom says he remembers laying in the floor watching Nixon resign. Hey. Oh wow. King Kane says his watching was the Challenger explosion.
I was at Tigger Middle High School as a student, and I remember all the classes going to the library and picking up on that.
I was at the middle school, and at that time, I don't know.
Come on in, Hub.
There he is. We were just talking about. I was just going to mention why we had this second mic set up here.
Gotcha.
Coach Hub, come on in, man.
Come on and get in the driver's seat.
Uh-oh. How's it going?
All right, it's going good. Going good.
You see our backdrop here.
Yeah.
The first major news story that you remember as a child. Mine was Elvis passing away, and I called my daddy down at the pharmacy. You have any recollections of any?
I guess Challenger exploded. I remember sitting in class.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about
So
that.
I guess I was 6th grade, I think.
Yeah, we were just talking about
cool. Or not cool, but
Now, Coach, I'll get you, if you don't mind, these kind of mics are just
Okay.
kind of directional, so I ain't saying you got to lean into it, but just,
All right.
if you don't mind, kind of talk kind of into it. Coach Hubbard in, T.R. Miller High School head football coach and athletic director, and glad to have you this morning, Coach.
Hey,
and
good to be here.
We, DJ said, hey, can we get Hub in this morning? I said, man, that's the great thing about this show is we can do anything.
I meant to warn you before you sat down.
Okay.
One of two things can happen.
All right.
Now, Tommy Tuberville sat in this seat,
That's right.
and he might be our next U.S. Senator.
That's right.
Harvey Updike sat in this seat.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Nah,
So you see the gamut.
I got you.
You see the
Okay.
yeah. I like
but,
it. Having.
But hey, gives me there is a chance. There is a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. So either way, good or bad.
Oh,
Well, hey, listen, it'll work out somewhere or another. So I guess everything's just hunky dory, and
Oh well. You wake up every day and you check any kind of incoming email, something that's posted on AL.com. You're checking anything because you never know what. I mean, they're telling us, "Oh, we're full steam ahead," but it's that. But it could stop tomorrow.
right.
So we're just kind of just like everybody else, just wait and see, go full steam ahead and do what we can do. And we talk to the kids, control the controllable, and that's what we do each day. So.
Well, like you said, I mean, all you can do in this time is just kind of make the best of it and just keep going and keep moving and just prepare like everything's going to start like it's supposed to.
That's right. And, and getting the kids to understand, in the spring, when those coaches had to go back and tell those kids that it was done and it was over, I can only imagine having to do that right now. You challenge them and you work them so hard and then you say, hey, guys, we're not playing.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's like sticking a needle in a balloon.
when it went down in March like it did, at that moment, I mean, I know when we all had a chance to kind of catch our breath and see this for what it was, you could probably see, the bigger picture somewhat. But on that day, did it ever cross your mind that we could still be dealing with it in August?
I guess, in a way it did.
Yeah.
You wanted to say, oh, this will be over with. And then, like you said, as time went on, it was like, we start questioning, I don't think we're playing in the fall. I just don't think it's going to happen. And then for 2 weeks, it's like, man, we're going to play. It's, and then the next week it's, I don't think we're going to play. And right now it's like, I may leave here and we're not playing. Sitting right here, we are playing.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
Dan Thomas wishes sends you his well wishes. He's a former letterman at T.R. Miller back in the 60s, one of the great players. Also saw a monkey later in life. That's his claim to fame as an adult.
It's great.
Out in the Sandcut area, which they've been known to run wild out there. But come on, man. Anyway, LaTanya Fountain also says hello. DJ's mother.
Oh, yeah.
One of our great young players.
Outside of player, the fact that there's so many of them that are just good guys. And, he has spent some time at my house, and it's a good gentleman. And it's going to be a better man and father and stuff, and
important stuff.
And uncle. Yeah, I mean, he's a awesome individual, and that comes from LaToya. It comes from the parents.
Oh yeah,
so they've done a great job.
Tell us a little bit about you're trying to get ready for a season, like, and every coach faces this, and the marching orders seem to change, daily, if not every other day. How often are y'all in contact with Steve Savarese or the decision makers in our state? How often are y'all getting together and hearing information, sharing information?
Obviously, they have the Central Board of Control, who is, I think they're in contact, and the Medical Advisory Board, that they're in contact weekly. Your football committee is probably in contact, if not weekly, at least probably monthly or bi-weekly, and or every other week. But now, as far as us, it's just the contacts that we have. Yesterday we called, we start, hearing rumblings about different things or whatever. So we start calling different people that we know within the board and maybe on that advisory board. And we get emails weekly updating any of the COVID guidelines through the Alabama High School Athletic Association. We may get phone calls, but it's mostly emails or tune in and watch this, whatever on the network, and maybe a press conference or something.
Today we're operating on the assumption we're going to play. What are the new guidelines in place for how you have to manage your football team on game day in the stadium?
I don't know, how long did you say this segment was? So it's a big list. Some of the things, everybody's heard. The box is going to be the players' boxes from the 10-yard line to the 10 now. That's players only. Coaches can't go down there. So I feel like that's going to be a problem or an issue. Kids on the sideline, if they can keep 6 foot separation, it's my understanding and reading in the guidelines. And, when you start reading those things, everything's black and white. And and then they always leave that area of gray. So our understanding is if you're on the sideline, you can continue to be 6 feet apart. You don't have to wear a mask. If we're going to be closer than 6 feet or inside that, then there's got to be a mask on the sideline. That's going.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. All right, everybody's familiar, or most people are familiar with the get-back coach, somebody who keeps the coach off the field.
Yeah.
Are you now going to have somebody tasked out making sure everybody's 6 feet apart?
Yeah, well, you're either going to have that or you're going to have a bunch of get-back coaches spread from 10 to 10.
Yeah.
But, ball boys, chain crew, officials, anyone like that, pregame screenings. And what that entails, obviously, is the thermometer for the fevers, questionnaire that they have to go through and ask. They're limiting number of people in the press box area. Just some things like that. And there's a whole water bottles, how you get to the water and things like that. So cleaning the balls periodically through the game. It's a little bit wild, but if we want to play, then those are the things that I guess we're going to have to do.
Early in the season, they have in place the heat timeouts.
Oh, yeah.
Are they putting in any extra timeouts for?
You get extra time between after touchdowns, 2 minutes. Each quarter's going. Now between the quarters, it's going to be an extra. It's going to be a 2-minute length. Timeouts are going to be extra. So things like that. They are adding extra time.
What are you going to do in the water? I mean, is there a common source? Does everybody have their own bottle? How's that going to work?
That's going to be a lot of bottles on the sideline, and who gets to hand it to them? Because so it's something we're working on. We've talked to some people on the medical advisory board, and some, they list them as best practices. One of them that we're doing right now at practice is we still have the water coolers out there. They bring their own water bottles, but they can refill it, and they can actually use the hose on the cooler, but we have hand sanitizer at each station. So before they grab the nozzle, they're using the hand sanitizer, getting the water, and then they put it back. So, just kind of trying to do the best practices, the guidelines that they've given us to go by.
There's only a hundreds of questions to ask, and of course, I'm not sure that you have answers for all of them yet. You're kind of piecing it together as you go. But like on an away game, are we getting on the bus, two to a seat, going, playing, getting back on the bus, two to a seat, and coming back?
It's crazy. When the head man of the athlete, when we hear comments that, hey, make sure you space them out, put your face mask on, windows down, those type things traveling, that's going to be tough. Two to a seat, a mask on, and windows down, that's probably the best option right now. And like I said, the gray area is when you get a set of guidelines and it says best practices.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
How you going to handle pregame meals at home and on the road?
Yeah, that's another issue. It's going to be tough. We've talked about, if we go in or where we have to eat, there's got to be a separation, a 6-foot separation, or we've got to have the mask. But once you sit down to eat, you're fine. It's just like you and I going into a restaurant now with a mask required. I can stand at the door with a mask on, take 4 steps to my seat, sit down and take the mask off.
We've sat here and talked about this, from the academic viewpoint, and certainly you have the welfare of everyone involved and the safety or whatnot. But one of the things we've looked at, logistically speaking, is there going to be a teacher shortage? Is there going to be a substitute teacher shortage? And my question is that on the football side of it, I have concerns about officials.
Yeah, I think some of your officials are, definitely questioning it. Yeah. I would.
On a good year, it's hard to get officials. That pool of people is not very big to begin with. All of a sudden, if you have a couple of people rethinking it, it could be, what do they usually run, a 5-man crew or 6-man crew?
5 to 7.
5 to 7, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that could be an issue as well.
Yeah, and, we haven't heard anything right now, but most definitely, that would have to be an issue with some of those guys that may be up in age. Or just, just like anybody else, just questioning what the virus is all about.
Well, let's talk about some of the good stuff, some of the things that have us excited. Y'all have a pretty good football team this year.
We got a good group of seniors returning. They've bought into the expectations that we have as a coaching staff, and they've done a really good job as far as summer workouts. I think we had 28 days listed, 27 days listed to work out, and I think 90, every one of our seniors, we have 12 seniors, and 10 of the 12 made every single day.
Wow. And that's what you're looking for. And
then under that, the underclassmen, the 11th grade and the 10th grade, their numbers were just the same. It was an unbelievable turnout for the strength and conditioning for the summer.
Well, I saw a post last night from Coach Clinton Smith up the road at Hillcrest. Yeah. And he said he was dressing out 88 players, which is a huge number for a 3A school. That's a huge number.
If we dress 9 through 12, which I'm assuming that's what that is, we'll have 73.
Okay, that's a big number also.
But we're not dressing our 9th grade, so it drops us down to 57, 58, something like that.
That's a good number also.
Yeah. We're excited. Yeah. 7 through 12 for the summer, we had 103 kids show up.
Wow.
Consistently through the summer. 103 kids, 7 through 12. So we're excited about that.
We were able to get them out yesterday and get the gear on and actually pop pads for the first time.
Well, not actually.
Okay.
We'll get shoulder pads Monday, but now we are getting to the point where we like it, where we're having to tell them to hold back with just helmets on.
Yeah.
So if you would have been there, you would have thought we had shoulder pads on in a couple places, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, how did the scrimmage go yesterday?
Went good. For what you can do, I don't know how much more, with the rules now and what you're able to do in the summer. It's not much different than what you do those first 3 days of practice. So we've been able to implement and get in all of our special teams, all of our kicking game with the first week. So, and then now we can just work on those things, the aspects of it that need working. But now there's so many things that you can do in the summer that you just kind of run out of things. And so we're at that point now. We really need to put the pads on and see where we're at.
What measures do y'all have in place in terms of the locker room and the weight room in terms of trying to keep it sanitized and keep it as safe as possible for everybody?
Once again, we got hand sanitizer everywhere. We've got the wipes. We've been wiping down the bars. We have a fogger that we go through the dressing room and go through the weight room and spray. And, it's a daily clean. And with the Lysol also behind the fogger on the places that are most touched, like your locker combinations, the light switches, the door handles, besides the fogger, we make sure we touch those things up.
Speaking of the locker room, we had a remodel go on this summer. It looks great.
Man, it's awesome. It's really nice. The people that helped out and donated the money, and we got those things going, the lockers and the carpet and the lighting in there. It's really nice.
When you were talking about the weight room and keeping it sanitized as well, is that part of your morning protocol after y'all start off with it clean and of course end it when you finish your workouts?
When we get there in the morning, we spray down, just kind of go through and spray the bars and the weights and things like that. And as the kids lift weights and they work out throughout the summer, then they wipe between reps. When it was their time to get to the bar, and that's when they would take, they would clean it. And then when the first group would leave, we would sanitize, spray down, and then the younger guys would come in and do the same thing. Dressing room, get there in the morning, go through and fog it, and then after everybody's gone in the evening, fog it.
Speaking of the football team itself, where will the strengths of this team lie as you see it now?
Well, we graduated 4 starters on the offensive line, so that's something that we're really working on. We need to develop some depth there. The strengths, obviously, are in some skill guys. You've got, we feel really good about both quarterbacks, Blake and Miller, Blake Jernigan and Miller Hart. Blake's got, 25 games now as a starter under his belt. And Miller, there's some things that we wanted to do early last year. Miller was a little banged up. Get our quarterback more involved in the running game, and later in the season you were able to see that some. But we wanted to start off and do it early, but when Miller got kind of banged up early, that kind of limits that because you don't want to lose the starter and not have anybody that can go in and get that done. So we feel good about both of them right now. Skill guys, Darius Webb, Orlando Gandy Jr., Narcavis Campbell. We feel like we still have a little stable that we can rotate the running backs and get a lot of those guys all have to start on defense, so we feel like the rest part comes on offense while you're sitting and waiting your turn to get out there to tote the ball.
I tell you, so many positives coming off of last year. Of course, had the great playoff run, made it to the semifinals, had the tough game down with Mobile Christian in the semifinals, but saw the football team grow a lot. A lot of people had some good experiences, progress as the season went on, and actually kind of put football kind of back on the map a little bit in 3A.
Yeah, we want those. Yeah, one thing we tried to sell last year and get them to buy was those just toughness. Let's be tough, and let's be tough down the stretch, whether it's down the stretch of the playoffs. Football is 15, 16 weeks long. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you got to be able to last and outlast people and then be tough about it. The only thing this virus kind of hurt us was what I feel like is one of the most important parts of football is January to March or April, where you're developing a culture and that daily grind of getting in there. You do some running and some conditioning and stuff in that time of year that just kind of lets coaches see where you're at mentally and the strength and conditioning part. We missed out on that, and so we thought that would be a big part of us carrying over from last year, and then we missed that, and we felt, okay, now we're going to be starting right back where we were at when we came in, but I think we're ahead of that. And that has a lot to do with how those guys handled finishing up last season.
One of the players last year who I thought really put his stamp on the team, on the program, and I noticed early on that he was just a little different on the special side of things was Gage. I mean, what a football player he is, and what an impact he had on the program his first year, and certainly look forward to even bigger and better things from him in the next couple of years.
Yeah, he's a guy. He doesn't get tired. We talk about, hey, we need to get him off and rest. He doesn't want to come off and rest for one thing. That's a play that he doesn't have a chance to hit somebody. He's got a little different mentality about himself. I was fortunate enough to coach his dad, and he was the same way. And but he's cut from that same cloth. But Gage, he's done a real good job. He's gained some weight and got a little bit taller. And, definitely that'll be somebody that our guys on defense will look to for some leadership.
For some of the older heads that pay attention to this program, I made the comment with regards to Gage last year that he's the closest thing to Dow Altman that we've had here, and that's an ultimate compliment up on the campus of T.R. Miller. Right. Dow was a great player back in the late 70s, went on and played defensive line at Auburn at an all-conference level, but he was Gage has got that it to him, and he's a pretty good football player.
Yeah, he is. Back in junior high, he he toted the ball a little bit, and when you get in a bind, and he does a good job. You may see some of that this year too.
What do you the schedule? You know, you see things on AL.com, and you see. I think Mobile County has gone to virtual only in terms of their academic setting, at least for the first 9 weeks. I don't know if that's for the entire semester or not. We make a couple of trips to Mobile, I believe that is with private schools, so they are set up a little bit different. But what is the mindset if it's a hot area, obviously, with the bug. The UMS game not being a region game, not one that you'd have to play to qualify for the playoffs. Is there ever any talk about, is this game necessary to play? Do we need to put our guys at risk going down there, or is that still a little too early to talk about that?
You know, some of the things that, you just hear things, and the early part of the year, everybody in the state, week 0 and week 1 are non-region games. The problem with backing those things up, a lot of people will lose big rival games because that's where they've moved them to. Then say, well, why didn't we take off some of these other and just play region games? Well, and then it becomes a monetary thing. This is how a lot of these programs function. Football is the moneymaker, and you need those gates. It's just tough. Right now we lost 2 middle school games because Florida cut out middle school. You've got some places in Alabama that have cut out middle school and some younger ones, and youth football. We hope our kids, we had them up there all summer. We hope those younger kids get to play, but we also know the other side of it.
What are you hearing? I haven't heard it in a week or so, but there was some conversation going on in terms of, if we do get to play, the number of fans that would be allowed in the stadiums at the respective locations. Have you heard any more to that?
No, we kind of looked at that, and I think, it's up to the local system, the local health departments, things like that. But it also, outside venues has a lot to do with it. Outside or inside venue, inside, mask, outside, mask, if not 6 feet. We got to be able to handle the 6 feet apart guideline. So right now, that's where we're at. I think right now it's full capacity, but just like anything, that could change, by the time I walk out of this door.
So as it stands today, if we go to Municipal Stadium for the opener, we expect the band to be in place. We expect the cheerleaders to be on the track, and all that stuff will be taking place as it always has.
That's right. Just don't know how much of the crowd you'll hear with a mask on.
Yeah. So we had with the mask mandate in, we were talking about that a little bit yesterday. With the mask mandate still in, we're going to be expected to have the mask on as spectators.
That's right. Which they're telling the coaches have to wear a mask. Which on our staff, we can obviously pin some 15-yarders on some. I didn't say it.
Wait, you have to have a mask during the game?
So that's what they're saying. So with a mask on, I can just tell the official somebody else said that.
I tell you, I didn't think about that. That may be okay. That may be okay. Wow. I didn't think. So y'all are going to have to wear a mask during the games. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't.
Best practice suggestion.
I don't know why I thought that y'all would not have to.
It's crazy. Yep.
Okay. I guess they'll fit with the officials.
Yes.
How they going to blow the whistle?
The handheld whistles.
Handheld whistles.
Yep. Now, we had the mask on yesterday, and certain, like I could blow my whistle through the mask.
Yeah.
But, some of them can, but I don't. Right now, they're telling a lot of us the handheld.
So y'all are, I'm assuming, are implementing this at practice as best you can?
We're trying. Yeah, they're trying.
Going to be an issue.
Yes.
But it's going to be for everybody.
It's different.
It'll be different for everybody. Yeah. Is there when is the next roundabout, or when is the next conversation with Savarese?
I think, we're just at, you hate to say it, but we're at their mercy.
Yeah.
It's obviously governor, State Department of Education, Alabama High School Athletic Association, kind of in that level.
I saw where the governor, with regards to high school football, she punted. She told Savarese, she says, "You decide."
Yeah.
What y'all are going to do, and of course that I don't blame us. We've said it for all you people.
She may have the toughest job in the world because of the state of Alabama.
Yeah,
you got Alabama and Auburn football, and the way high school football is. That's probably the toughest job.
Yeah, the people who are having to make decisions right now are in bad spots. They're in bad spots.
Well, it's the same thing. I always think about when the weather comes through, and I start thinking about our school leaders. They're trying to make the best decision for 1,000 people, and you have a parent mad because it's not the best decision for them.
Sure.
And it's tough. It's tough. Same thing with our world. We try to make in athletics, the coach tries to make the best decision for 103 kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And 101, it may not be right for that guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And but it's the best for everybody.
Had a question come in from Donald Thompson with regards to the athletics as a whole. You're our AD also.
Yep.
Is everything else ongoing, on schedule?
Everything else is on schedule. Volleyball's been working. The girls worked out this summer, basketball and volleyball and softball. They had from my understanding, had a tremendous turnout for the summer conditioning, and they're on track to get started just like football is.
Okay. All right. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking some time out and spending some time with us. And I know the Tiger faithful are looking forward to the opening night. Hope that things stay where they are and we can get it all in. But, of course, it's a fluid situation.
Yeah, that's right. And I appreciate it and enjoyed it.
Hey, thank you for coming in, Coach. We appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Coach Hubbard.
Coach Hub.
Here, look. I'll tell you, we'll do that. Pop it off.
Well, got some more information from him. I didn't realize the coaches were going to have to wear masks during the games. I don't know why I didn't think they were going to have to, but I had it in my mind that they were going to be excluded from that. But that'll be interesting.
Well, I've seen some. I've seen some of these. Matter of fact, I saw this morning. Some of the teachers had not necessarily. They weren't masks. They were shields. Have you seen that? The face shields?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is that considered a mask?
I was under the impression that it is. Those are pretty expensive to have installed on the football helmets, right?
No.
No, you're talking about just the shield.
I'm talking about they have.
Yeah.
They have,
I'm under the impression they are, but I don't
know either.
I'm not going to swear to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Let me get this out of the way here.
A lot of moving parts up there, and that's gonna, one of the things that I find interesting is in the course of a competitive event such as a football game, that you're gonna keep 40 kids on the sideline, and that's a 3A, 4A, 40 kids 6 feet apart, and I want to know who's going to be responsible for that. That'll be something. That'll be something.
There you go. Get back in here. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I didn't know how that was going to work as far as, let me slide over a little bit. I didn't know how that was going to work, and I saw this morning where you had some of these some, like I said, some of the teachers had on these face shields. That to me looks like it might be, and I mean, I don't know, but it looks to me like it might be a little more comfortable than having that mask right there over your face. Of course, like Coach Hub said, you can get away with saying some things. You get a mask over your face like that. So
that'll be wild. And we're talking 3A teams. You can look at those 7A teams like Hoover who have 100 players, and I don't know where you put all of them.
I don't know where you put all of them either. I mean, what did he say? They would dress out 10 through 12. He said
about 56, 54 to 56.
Are they still? And I was, but are they still spreading 10 to 10?
10 to 10. But coaches can't go 10 to 10. So
only the players.
So the
coach is still going to be 35-30.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue.
Man,
another issue. Not that they only have one or two. That'll be another issue.
I tell you what, it's going to be it's going to be something this year to see how all this pans out for sure. I don't know how it's going to pan out, but I know it's going to be something interesting to see.
I think of all the things that they're faced with, and they are many. The one that I can't get there on is the transportation to and from the game. 2 to a seat, and we all know how big bus seats are. I mean, if you're asked to be 6 feet apart for the 2.5, 3 hours you're playing the game, and then you go 2 to a seat, and I know the mask that they're supposed to have masks on, but I also know 16 and 17, 18-year-old kids on a bus coming back from Thomasville.
We
I don't know.
Yeah. We know that's going to, we know how that's going to go. So, let's see, Danny. I see Sarah's getting married tomorrow. Yeah. Get to listen to one of your favorites pick on his guitar while socially distancing. Well, I know who you're talking about, and you're definitely in for a treat. There's no doubt about that. The crazy thing about all this is, just like what Coach was talking about a while ago is, and I feel bad for him because, like he said, you don't know minute from minute. I mean, things change so fast, and of course, we talked about that yesterday some about how this is a fluid situation and things are changing and moving and all that. So, it's crazy.
I asked him the question, and I remember when the SEC basketball tournament got canceled. I remember being at work, and it came across the scroller on ESPN. I was like, oh, crap. And at that moment, I never foresaw us possibly being affected when football season came around. It never crossed my mind that this was even a possibility. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, as it rocked on a couple of weeks, you could tell that, hey, man, this may be a bigger deal than what I first thought anyway. But it's a mess.
It certainly is.
I talked to one coach yesterday, and it's a 4A school, pretty much good, traditionally rich football team. On his roster back in the spring, he was set to have 67 players. They've started practicing the 1st of July a little bit. He's never had more than 33 at a practice yet.
Wow.
He has not had the same 5 offensive linemen at a practice yet.
Wow. That's hard to get together.
There's 3 counties in Alabama have already shut it down.
Right.
And of course they've been given a grace by the AHSAA to do that. Normally, under normal conditions, if you forfeit, there's quite a hefty penalty that goes along with it.
Right.
But there's been 3 counties that have already shut it down for the fall.
Jesse James says MIT and other reputable sources say the shields are not as effective as masks. Lisa A. said she was told yesterday the school system bought the shields for all employees. Let's see. Coach is going to get flagged when they pull a ball, coach, and throw the face mask instead of a visor or clipboard. I'm sure that's coming, Danny, for sure. Good morning, Susie Bush. Let's see. Hot Rod said, what about the players on the football field? I'm not sure I'm not sure what you're asking, Hot Rod. Definitely a lot of questions out there for sure. Good morning, Sandy Kirkland. Sherry Weaver said parents who are able could drive their player and bus the rest. Yes. And I think what you just said is right. I mean, all this is just so fluid and moving, so many parts and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it's the time we live in, and it's what we've got to do. So, we just got to do it. Just got to make it happen. That's just where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It's just, to say it's a mess doesn't sound like that's saying enough.
No. Let me ask you this. You may not know. I don't know either. With Monroe County schools going to virtual only for the first 9 weeks, are they still playing sports?
They are not one of the counties who have pulled out yet, but you never know.
Yeah, right. Well, I didn't know how that goes. So, Miss Gail love phone calls during the show. Let's see here.
I would think that within the next week or so, and you saw the SEC peeled back non-conference games yesterday, which is going to delay the football season for the SEC schools at least 20 days. It's going to move it from the 1st of September to the end of September. I'll be somewhat surprised if the AHSAA doesn't do away with the first 2 weeks of the season at least, because they're non-region games. They don't have any impact in terms of qualifying for the playoffs or whatnot. And I would think that just to try to get the other stuff in, I would look for the first 2 weeks to get canceled.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. Allison Terrell says the face shields are a great choice for teachers. At any given moment in a classroom, up to 20% of the class can be experiencing some degree of hearing loss. The shields allow teachers' faces to be seen, which helps with understanding. I certainly would have been one with hearing loss. Actually, mine would have been the hashtag not paying that much attention. Orlando Gandy says he agrees. The bus thing is crazy. What are they going to do in the wintertime with the windows down and kids sweating? Give them the flu, let me sign my baby off the bus and put him in a warm cart. Yeah.
That's the boss. That's Miss Gandy.
That's Miss Gandy.
You better believe it.
Woo.
What are you going to do if it's raining?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, who knows? Wanda Green says she remembers two big things in the 70s. 77, first Elvis dies, and second, Star Wars came out. That's two big things, for sure. Hot Rod said they're going to be closer than 6 feet. Yeah, health compromise definitely should be cautious, for sure.
I meant to ask him, and I read this. There is no more handshaking after the game. They've said that.
Yeah, I read that too.
Pre-games are going to be different. The coin toss is going to be one representative from each team. Normally they have 2, 3, or 4. So, things are going to be a lot different.
Do you, let me ask you this. Would you be in favor of shutting all of it down until the first of the year? And what I mean by that is sports, everything. I mean, if you're going to have school, do it virtually or what have you.
I don't know. There's safety of everyone involved has to be at the forefront of it.
Right.
It has to be.
Right.
There's no way that it can't be.
Right.
But in the back of your mind, you have to figure in the financial component as well in terms of what do you want it to be on the other side. I can tell you that one full year with no revenue will change the face of 90% of the schools in terms of athletics. There will be some schools that are better set to have nothing. Like I made the mention on about Auburn. And of course, that's comparing apples to oranges, but it's the same principles in place. Auburn generated $152 million last year, and they spent $150. So a lot of those $150 million are fixed costs, whether it's salaries, whether it's facilities, whatever it is. And if you don't generate revenue, and whether you like it or don't like it, it's the truth of the matter. For most schools, the primary sport that generates the revenue is football. In our school's case, Terra Miller, our track program generates a lot of money as well. We are very fortunate to have that. We have a facility, we have people, we have infrastructure in place to host track meets. They make a lot of money. Most track programs don't. But the money you make with your football program helps provide golf, helps provide tennis, helps provide other programs that don't have the capability of making any money. So if you lose that, what happens?
Yeah, I don't know. That's I think that we may have touched on this. I think we yesterday or one day this week. I think our community has always had the benefit of having some of the foundations or the trust and things around our community that in times like these in the past, they would step in and maybe help to offset some of the revenue lost, during something like this. And I'm not saying that we still don't have people that will do that. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm just saying that I get the economic side of it as well. But also, as you mentioned, I certainly get the safety side of it too.
That's it's got to be first.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think there's any doubt that has to be first and foremost above anything else. So I'll tell you what. Let's do. Let's change gears.
Okay.
We yesterday, our great friend Ashley at so and so, we gave away the was it the F camp one? Which one did we give away yesterday?
T.R. Miller.
The T.R. Miller one. So today we're gonna give away the W.S. Neal and F camp.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
So she said she wanted it to be school related sports trivia. So again, I'm going to defer that to you.
Okay.
Which one we're going to give away, and tell us how we're going to do it.
Let's give away the WS Neal mask first.
All right.
Once again, first correct answer that pops up on our screen wins a mask courtesy of Ashley Morris at so-and-so. You can get in contact with her after the program and make arrangements to pick up your mask. So this is for the WS Neal mask.
WS Neal mask on tap right now. So like and share. Let everyone know what's going on. It's a Happy Friday giveaway here on Drive Time this morning. So let's get it.
If you've paid attention, this is doable. You should be able to do this. I need the correct name, the correct full name, the most recent WS Neal alum to be drafted into the major leagues.
What's that question again?
The most recent WS Neal alum to be drafted into the Major League Baseball, taken the Major League Baseball draft. First and last name has to be correct. Pay attention.
First correct answer is what we're looking for. On the screen. Screenshot. And we'll definitely put it out for anyone to see. For the WS Neal mask, courtesy of so-and-so. And Ashley Morris, and I'll tell you, they're making a lot of them too. I spoke to Ashley yesterday, and she said they were so busy that they didn't know which way was coming or going. So first correct answer.
Surely somebody knows this.
Well,
I mean, does anybody ever watch the BMP Sports Network page?
I don't know. It maybe not. There it is.
Boom.
Heather Sims.
Boom.
Winner. Chicken dinner.
Tyler Joyner. Baltimore, here they come.
Here they come. Heather, you have won that WS Neal mask. If you give Ashley a call or pick up today, 867-7078, and she'll take good care of you. Jesse says she needs a pinch hitter for trivia. Yeah, I don't think that you can participate. I don't know how that would work out, but that was a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we say, pay attention. That was a good one.
Pay attention.
That was a good one for sure. All right. Do we want to go ahead and do the F camp one as well?
Yeah, while we're here.
Okay. So I think Ron's answer to everything is the angry little elf, is it not?
Seems to be.
I tell you. Okay, so F camp in the house. This is for a mask from Ashley at so-and-so monogram. And it will have the, I don't necessarily say F camp, but Flomaton Hurricanes, something to that effect. And DJ's got the question.
In what year did Flomaton win the state championship in baseball?
Ooh.
Anthony Davidson.
Ooh.
Antoine.
Good question. Melanie, there's about a 45-second lag on purpose. Just in case. Things sort of get a little bit too out of control. We can't hit the delay button. Actually, the jump ahead button. If we had to. So
Is Coach Newton in?
no,
I
I haven't seen Dirty this morning. Say that question again, DJ.
What year did the Flomaton Hurricanes win the state championship in baseball? Head coach Antoine Anthony Davidson. Special man.
He had a lot of great baseball teams.
Ooh.
A lot.
Nope.
There's one answer. It's like crickets.
Danny, you were close.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Amanda? Nope. Close, Susie. Mighty close. Darren's brother, you were incorrect, but you were close. Wrong again, Amanda. Sandy Kirkland, you were wrong. You're close. Naomi? Nope.
People trying to Google this up. You may have hit on some Trivial Pursuit this morning that people may not
I'll tell you what.
may not can find.
I'll tell you what. I may have. You got me Googling it up.
Don't tell me you sitting over here and not know. All right, you got a couple more to come through, DJ.
Hold on. They've got me. Yeah, no. I'm right.
Couple more answers come through.
Let me see. Nope. 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 Nope.
Mm.
The most recent state championship for Flomaton baseball.
This might be one of the tougher questions we've ever had on here.
I knew I was right.
Well, I had no doubt.
I could name the entire lineup. Close, Jamie Land. Boom. Winner, chicken dinner.
Susie Bush?
It was the 87-88 school year, but baseball's played in the spring. It was 88. It's the year I graduated.
There you go.
And let me tell you a little side note to this. And I used to tell Anthony about this. I deserved a ring. That was the year they opened their new ballpark that now faces 31.
Hurricane Park?
Yep. They were kind of they were having a decent season. They had certainly not caught fire. Well, we rolled down to play them, and Coach Roch gave me the ball. So I'm on the mound. I'm dealing. I don't know. I get beat 16-2 or 17-3 or whatnot, and they went on a tear from that point forward. Scott Hammonds hit one up in the cemetery off of me. I'm telling you, across
the hill.
Oh yeah, this murdered it. So they were just kind of
Talking about a Siebert bomb.
They were teetering along until I towed the bump, and I gave them a lot of confidence, and they caught fire from that point forward and never looked back.
Well, that's typically how it goes.
Yeah, so they did win it in 73. You are right, they did win it in 73, but the most recent one was 1988.
There you go.
So they had Busby was behind the plate. I would say their number one pitcher was probably Cash. Newby played second. Infinger played short. Stoney Brock played third. Hammonds was in center. I'm trying to think of who else was on that team. They were really good. They were really, really good.
It sounds like they pounded y'all.
They pounded me.
When did you get pulled?
He hung me out to dry. It was the end of the week. Nobody was left. It was, and sometimes you just got to eat those innings up, and you just take it, man. And I just kept looking at the umpire and said, "Hey," I said, "Give me another one." I said, "Just give me another one."
He hung you out there.
Yeah, I said, "Give me another one." Boom. Give me another one. Come on. I'll stand up here and throw them as the day is long.
Wow. Well, hey, listen. Ant should have gave you one. I mean, he should have.
I got him going, man.
Yeah.
The aerodynamics of the new field, the old field faced the other way.
Right.
Like, over the center field fence would be where the turtle center is now.
Right.
And balls didn't carry real good in that direction. All of a sudden, they riverside it. And that afternoon, they flew out of there with regularity. I figured I was running it up there somewhere between 67 and 68, 69 miles an hour.
Yeah, Jesse James said she sure Ant had a real smart reply to that request.
You see no ring. Still waiting.
For those of y'all that didn't know Anthony Davison, I'm going to tell you something. He was a great guy.
I need to revisit that with Hammonds. He's now the principal down there. He could make it happen. Because I really got him going that day.
Well, sure. I'm sure he probably would love to.
They should have counted that one he hit off me twice.
It was that big of a bomb.
Oh, my God.
Wow. So, Amanda Ogwin says, do a Bruton shirt. I thought we gave away, one of those yesterday?
Did we?
Yeah, well, Connie B said.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, we gave away one. I think you want to give away. She said she had two to give away.
Yeah, give one away.
So,
There's some trivia.
All right. So, how about some trivia? I'll tell you what.
Gotta go to the head.
I'll tell you what. This is, we don't have much to live up to here. That's for sure. Let's see here. Yeah. Thank you for playing and stay well and mask up. That's right, Ashley. Keep those masks coming. At least through August 31st. That's what we are under as we understand it. So let's keep that going. All right. So we're going to do some 90s trivia for a City of Bruton t-shirt. I think they were blue or gray, I think is what they were. And compliments of Connie B. And they're good looking shirts, really are. And they have a really cool logo on them. So let's give one of these away. The first thing we're going to do is try to find a question here that I don't think any question I could find would be as tough as the one that DJ just threw out there for y'all. But we'll see what we can do. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one right here. This might be tough. I mean, this might be real tough. Look at that question right there.
The top one?
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be this might be as tough as the one you had.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so here we go. This is for a Bruton t-shirt. Compliments to Connie B and the fine folks down at the City of Bruton, who happen to have made a lot of great things happen in our community during this tough time. And I want to thank the mayor and Connie and all the people down at the city and of course the city council and the city workers that are still out there getting it done. Our police department, fire department, street department. Things never stop. They've still got to go. And they're still out there making it happen. So I want to thank them for that for sure. I don't know that we thank them enough. I don't know if we can thank them enough.
Yeah, they've been great.
Yeah, they have. So at any rate, here we go. Let's see. So, Susie says, guys, give the mask to a Flomaton fan. Susie won it. So,
okay.
We'll
You have to Julie or somebody down there.
yeah, we'll find something to do with that. That won't be a problem. All right, here we go for a Bruton t-shirt. What TV show? This is 90s trivia, by the way. What TV show do Thelma and Louise want to avoid being on? Multiple choice. Geraldo, Letterman, or Oprah? What TV show do Thelma and Louise want to avoid being on? Geraldo, Letterman, or Oprah? I think this is going to be a tough one.
There's 3 choices.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, I still think it's going to be tough. It'd be tough for me. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't know.
I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't know the answer to this. What TV show do Thelma and Louise want to avoid being on? Geraldo, Letterman, or Oprah? First correct answer on our screen wins a Bruton t-shirt. And we've got some more trivia coming too, because we got a couple other things to give away. I'll say a couple. I know we got a Juvenile $10 gift certificate to Juvenile Winery to give away. Compliments of Roger Templeton and all the great folks out at Juvenile Winery. Hot Rod in. Winner. There you go. Timmy Wiggins. How about that?
Do it, Timmy.
Do it, Timmy. Geraldo. That is it. Timmy, you have won a Bruton t-shirt. If you'll message Connie, she will, I'm sure, get you taken care of, and you'll be ready to roll. They're good-looking shirts. Have you seen them?
I have not.
They're good-looking shirts. Really are. I'm going to tell you a good-looking shirt that I hate that we didn't get to have this year was the Blueberry Festival shirt. Did you see those?
I never saw it.
Man, that was a good-looking shirt. I'll tell you this, too. The Colonel told me they sold several of those shirts, even though they didn't have it.
Yeah.
They sold several of them.
Okay.
Good-looking shirts, for sure. Bunch of right answers coming in. Great answers coming in. So, certainly, Timmy Wiggins in with the win. First and foremost, Will Kyles, good morning, man. How you doing this morning? Everybody. Robbie Grace had it. Melanie had it. Wendy. King Kane. Let's see here. Allison Terrell had it. But first one in was Timmy Wiggins. So, Timmy, you've won a t-shirt. Like I said, message Connie B, and she'll get you taken care of. So, hey, I'm sure you will. And I'd wear it, because I'm telling you, it's a good-looking shirt. No doubt. All right, so let's give away a $10 gift certificate to Juvenile.
Let's do it.
You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's find find something to do with music. How about that? I think that would be I think that'd be something that would be here we go. Let's see here. This is a good one right here. Because I wouldn't have known this unless I'd seen the answer right here. Like there, Tracy Miller says, good looking tee. She got hers yesterday. If Tracy says it's good looking, it's good looking.
Good eye for fashion.
She being the purveyor of fashion here in the Dirty 30. Both sides of the Dirty 30, actually.
Right.
So here is the question and answer.
I would not have known that.
I wouldn't have either. All right, so here we go. This is for a $10 gift certificate to Juvenile Winery. Compliments of Roger Templeton and the fine folks out there. By what name was Norman Cook better known in the 90s? By what name was Norman Cook better known in the 90s? Megan, have a great weekend. See you next week. Be safe. Ashley said she needs that Juvenile this week. By what name was Norman Cook better known in the 90s? It's a tough one. I tell you, I wouldn't have known this. I certainly wouldn't have known it, but once again, crickets.
It'll be coming.
Yeah, they'll start dropping here really quick. So let's see here. By what name was Norman Cook better known in the 90s? A little bit of tough 90s trivia this morning.
I've got it.
You got it?
I've got it.
I thought you meant somebody had popped up on the screen.
I don't mind.
I don't have it yet at all. I'm waiting. By what name was Norman Cook better known in the 90s? Amanda Gwynn in. Oh, there you go.
Boom. Boom.
Winner. Kim. Let's see. Etheridge. Hernandez. I couldn't read. I was too far down from me. Kim has won. Fat Boy Slim. That's correct. You've won a $10 gift certificate to Juvenile Winery. I will.
That's a good pickup.
It is.
Heading into the weekend.
Yeah, I'll pass your name along to Roger and make sure that Roger knows what's going on. So, Hot Rod said we had that question last week. I don't remember that. If we did, I don't remember that.
I don't remember it either, but
He may be right.
Paying attention.
Yeah, he may be right. So I have no clue.
We were just checking, Hot Rod.
Yeah.
We're just checking.
Yeah, I don't know. So, man, that's a good pickup right there.
Shoot, yeah.
Do they sell like cheese and stuff out there as well? Like things to go with wine?
I don't know. I know they have shirts.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I need to go tour that facility. Reckon Roger let us have a tasting?
I bet he would.
I don't know. We might need to get a driver to take us out there. Something to that effect. So let's see here. What else is going on? Hey, how about this? How about all these big giant retailers that are shutting down Thanksgiving Day? Normally they're getting geared up that day for the Big Friday sales.
And they're not going to be open on the Friday sales?
A lot of Kohl's is just the latest to announce that they're going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day.
I thought that was. Well, they're always closed on Thanksgiving Day, are they?
Well,
not?
no,
I thought the Friday was the big deal.
It is, but they may be closed to a certain point and then open up, or they may be open getting ready for. It may close at a certain point on Thanksgiving, and then because people start lining up at these places at like midnight sometimes.
Right on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. To get in.
So they're not going to have the whatever that's called the Black Friday sales this year. They're not.
That's what.
Wow.
That's what the indication is that I've been reading.
Well, don't haven't those from time to time turned violent?
In a lot of places they have.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think that's necessarily the reason for what they're doing this. I think it's more so for the safety, the social, distancing and trying to keep everybody from being on top of each other. That'd be tough. So hey, there you go. That sounds good there, Kim. Like I said, I'll pass your name to Roger and get if you want to message me your phone number, and I'll message that to Roger and make sure you and him get together. So you'll be ready to roll. But yeah, I thought that was crazy that they're doing that, because that Friday sale is one of the biggest of the year.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what's going to be bigger this year is Cyber Monday. Because that's been growing the last 5, 6, 7 years by double digits every year. I would say this year's growth is probably going to be phenomenal.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt it.
Do you do a lot of online shopping?
I do not.
Do you see that in the future?
I don't. I buy off the rack.
Well, I get that. I mean, but I'm saying, with things the way that they are, do you see that happening more and more? So you see,
not for me.
I mean, a lot of our local stores and shops are available to shop online with now.
I like to get a 50-50 blend. I usually can get 7 to 9 years wear out of it. And so I'm really not scheduled to shop again until 2023.
So are you one of those that tries on boxers and puts them back on the rack?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't wear boxers.
I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to ask that question. So I'm not going there at all. Hey, want to mention Sarju. Talk about Sarju, what they were doing this morning. They were handing out Chick-fil-A biscuits.
What?
Well, I just thought it was worth, noting that, once again, Bruton Strong getting it done.
Yeah, I think she was handing them out in Greenville, so there's no need to ride up by the high school, look for Sarju's car. There's gonna be no extras laying around. But Sarju was good enough to feed the Greenville High School band biscuits. So don't ride by the high school and look for her car.
Don't do that. Yeah. So the professor says the Black Friday sales will be on Friday instead of Thanksgiving evening. So they're still going to have them. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know what the deal was on that. I think Walmart I thought they were one that had announced they were going to be closed on Thanksgiving. I may be wrong, but I could have swore I read that. So, and again, I could be wrong, and probably am wrong. Let's see here, DJ. We tend to do this every day, and you'll be excited to know this. No winner for Wednesday night's Powerball drawing, and I'm going to lead into something here in just a minute. Saturday's drawing will be for a $137 million jackpot, or $112.7 million cash payout. And I'm saying that to say this. Didn't you share a post about a particular ticket being sold in Century, Florida?
I did. $1,000 a day for X number of years, or $7 million payout.
And the winner has not come forward. Is that correct?
When that article was released, the winner had not been identified. But
have they been identified now?
I don't know.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know.
How about that?
That's a game changer. $1,000 a day.
$1,000 a day.
I think I would take it like that. I wouldn't trust myself with the $7 million, but if I had a bad day, I know I got another 1,000 coming to me the next day. If my horse didn't come in, and
listen,
I can make it off 1,000 a day.
You'd have instead of one or two parlays, it'd be several.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, just give it to me 1,000 a day. Tell me where I can pick it up, direct deposit, whatever, and that'd be fine by me.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know about you, but let's see, 30 days, 31 days in a month, that's 31,000 a month. I've been making it off of a whole lot less. Would that be enough for you to go home?
Oh, Chip.
Let me tell you something. I've always said this. People say, well, man, what's the first thing you would do if you won the lottery? So let me tell you. I got about 25 or 30 people that I want to call and tell them what I really feel about them. So if I hit about 15 or 20 million, I figure I got enough money to be able to call and tell them something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would 7 million make you have that type of mentality?
Well, I don't know if I'd waste my time with it. I wouldn't. Yeah, no. If I'd just have a good time. I would do a lot for the community. I would certainly do a lot for the community.
Listen,
whether or not they open the gates on Friday night, it wouldn't matter.
Listen, you do a lot for the community right now, even without $1,000 a day.
Well, most of that is sweat equity. I'd actually be able to provide goods along with service now.
Sweat equity.
Yeah, and I would.
There's no substitute.
Yeah.
There's no substitute.
Yeah.
How much sweat have you actually? There's no telling.
A little bit.
I mean, there's just absolutely no telling. Do we have any more Dirty 30 shirts? We do not, but there's some plans on that. So hold tight, Amanda. There are some plans on that. Let's see. You have to mail in winning tickets right now, so it will be a while before the winner's announced at the lottery. Oh, okay. Ashley says, probably my dad who forgets to check his tickets. I may not be here next week. I'll be in the islands. Listen, Ashley, you can't leave. You got to keep making masks. I know what she's going to do. She's going to tell Georgia, take it over.
Good Lord.
Wait a minute now. I thought if that's her partner in crime, wouldn't you think she'd want to include Georgia in the island trip?
I think Georgia would include herself.
Oh, man. Okay. So, let's see here. Are you a Garth Brooks fan?
Not really. I don't mind him. I mean, whatever.
I thought it was interesting that he eliminated himself out of the Entertainer of the Year running this year.
And why would he do that?
Well, he's won it for the last 7 straight years. and and people out there were beating up on the guy.
I'm just telling you, and this is for anything. This is team accolades, individual accolades. It doesn't matter. If you win it 7 years in a row, the talent pool's not deep enough.
Nah, I'll tell you this. I'm not that big of a new country or whatever country fan. I like old school country music, but I will say Garth Brooks puts on a heck of a show.
I don't doubt that.
He does. So it is. But I thought it was crazy that he said, I'm going to just take myself out of the running.
I'm out.
So, let's see here. You were talking about Major League Baseball earlier. They have launched an investigation into how the COVID-19 outbreak happened within the Marlins organization. Somebody
rampant.
Yeah, somebody probably didn't tell the truth about something. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say. Let's see. The Marlins, who aren't scheduled to play until Monday, are now scrambling to find players to fill in for the infected ones who are who are isolating.
I think they got up to 18.
18?
I think that's what the number was.
Wow. All right, so before we get out of here, we got to do it. Day of the year. You ready for some good ones?
Sure.
This is a great one. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this one. And I like this, but it's still crazy. Today is National Avocado Day.
Never eaten one.
You like sushi, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you've had it. You just may not have known.
Yeah, but a lot of times, I don't do. I mean, isn't avocado what they use for guacamole dip?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, today is National Avocado Day.
I'm gonna get a Quiznos sandwich
What else was it? A Quiznos sandwich,
and a Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper or
a
something.
Dr. Pepper, and something else.
I can't remember.
I can't remember what he said either. You know, it wasn't long after that he called in to Feinbaum.
Yeah.
Was that the Iron Bowl weekend?
It was.
Somebody asked, did he ever get his Popeyes gift cards?
I didn't send them.
Yeah, I didn't either. So, today is also National Raspberry Cake Day. In or out?
I would probably opt out.
Me too. This is great. Today is also National Mutt Day. I guess as in mutt, like dogs or, what have you.
I can associate with that.
Yeah. This is a doozy right here. It's also National Talk in an Elevator Day. Have you ever noticed that when you get in an elevator with several people, that there's a kind of a silent hush over the crowd in the elevator? Unless you're in it with a group of folks
I'm normally a stairwell guy.
You take
Now, I would not take 90 flights of steps. I would not. If it's 2 or 3, I will always opt for the stairwell. Always.
Are you one of those people that when you go stay at a hotel, if you're on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, 15th, do you take sections of rope with you to be able to get, if you had to come down out of that thing?
First of all, I would never stay in the 10th floor. That would never happen. I don't. If I see a high rise, I just keep on going.
So you're not looking for the hotel.
Yeah.
Motel. You're looking for the motel.
The motel.
Even though, well, I'm gonna leave that alone. It's also National System Administrator Appreciation Day.
Say that again.
National System Administrator Appreciation Day.
Okay.
Yeah, we did, Sherry. We mentioned that way back at the first of the show. We talked about that for sure. I think that was one of the first things we talked about. The last, certainly not least, National Get Gnarly Day.
Get gnarly.
What does that mean exactly?
Not sure.
You know what? One thing we have not mentioned on this show at all today?
Give it to me.
The star. And we both said we were going to come back in here this morning with a little bit more information.
Everybody at Peach Ford knows about the star. And not one time has that ever come. No, and I berated them a little bit yesterday. I said all the worthless stuff that we talk about around here day after day, and you people don't mention the star. A travel issue, a safety issue, a monitoring issue. Not one time. They all knew about it.
I didn't.
Blows my mind.
We didn't. I mean, there's no doubt we did not know anything about a star. I mean, I'm still blown away by that whole thing. Are you?
I am.
I mean,
I'm not forward either.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you a question. Did you miss some sleep last night?
I never could get the pillows right, man. I tossed and turned the entire night.
Were you anticipating a big weekend?
No, it's all. This sounds crazy for me. And I have the same 4 pillows that I've had for a couple of years now. But if I can't get them right, it just doesn't happen for me sleep wise. And last night, I moved them, fluffed them, punched them. I was mad.
It's just one of them things.
Yeah, it just happened.
Hey, man, it does happen. Guess what? You know what that means?
Time to go the other way.
We got to run and run and run. Hopefully, we'll be back Monday.
Can't never tell.
You get. I think maybe we will be. You think?
50-50.
Ish. All right, DJ, let's go.
It's been a great Friday. Appreciate everybody being in with us. Hope you have a safe weekend. Find that second sandbar. Enjoy life. Laugh a little. Cry a little. Tell somebody you love them. If you have some time to waste Monday, get back in here and we'll probably be doing it again. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.